Hey y'all, my name is Jerry and I'm going to be starting my channel off with showing my everyday makeup tutorial because I feel like it's always subject to change. It's going to be featuring my favorite two products right now from ColourPop. It's a lippy and a blush you can't really see, but yeah, let's get started. Before you put on any makeup, you always want to moisturize. I start off with moisturizing my face as well as my lips. Next, I apply sunscreen because I'm trying to get rid of some dark spots on my face. I don't know why, but I've developed the habit of patting the sunscreen in. I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera because I just feel like everyone's eyebrows are different. Like, there's no reason for me to do that. But if you were wondering or you kind of was impressed by my skills, but I just showed the products that I used. Next, I use a tiny bit of primer on my face. I use a separate primer for my eyelids, and y'all, I love this primer. I love this primer to death. Like, nothing ever moves with this primer. So I take my foundation and dot it along my face. Then I take my brush and just stipple it out. I wanted a tiny bit more of a dewy skin-like finish, so I took my Bobbi Brown foundation and just went in a teensy bit with it. Next, I move on to highlighting, which was my favorite. It's always my favorite part to make up. Like, who doesn't like highlighting their face? This is me trying to show y'all to bring your highlight down in a V shape if you have a big round head like me. Next, I take this compact I've had for God knows how long and I start contouring. I mix the two shades together and go from there. I know what y'all thinking, why am I bringing the contour to my eyelids? I like that hollowed down look I get when I do it. Next, I take my beauty blender, spray it down a little so it doesn't soak up all my makeup, and I start buffing out my highlighter, specifically my highlighter. Next, I take my extremely old 130 brush and start buffing and blending out my contour. I used to use this brush for my foundation, which is what it's supposed to be used for, but I felt as though it didn't spread out my foundation the way I wanted it to. It always felt like I had to use more product than I needed. Next, I take my LA Girl highlighter and highlight a tiny bit more underneath my eyes. Finally, I take my Midnight Banana powder and set all my highlight. Next, I blend these two colors with my favorite contour brush and slightly and lightly set my contour. I take my banana powder and lightly line my contour just to make it a bit more noticeable. Going back to my eyes, I take these two colors and put the lightest one on my lids. And I buff the darkest one along the crease. I'm basically creating a sort of shadow, so I continue this process till I get the effect I want. I highlight the inner parts of my eyes, line the bottom part of my eye with a darker shade, and finally I finish up with eyeliner. Finally, we're to my second favorite part of makeup, which is highlighting. I take my cream highlighter first and push that in with my fingers. Y'all see how happy I am? Then I take my powder highlighter and put that right on top of my cream highlighter. Next, I wipe off my lip balm and put on my Matte lipstick. This is by far my favorite shade from ColourPop. I love it so much. While it dried, I applied my highlight to my nose. When it fully dried, I finished up my lips by applying a brown lip liner. I finished up this look by applying my favorite blush at the moment, and I'm not really a big fan of blushes, but I like this one because it's very light and it looks natural. Like, it looks like a natural flush of color to my skin. Finally, I set my makeup and we're good to go. I hope you guys like this look. And it's a wrap from here, y'all. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.